It's been long known that Volkswagen was working on a longer wheelbase version of its Tiguan SUV for certain markets like China. Now a fully undisguised test mule has been spotted there. From the images, it's clear that the car is almost similar to its European siblings in terms of styling and appearance. Although no pictures of the interior were available, we can safely assume that it would also resemble the interior of the European car. As far as India is concerned, the standard Tiguan will be launched here next year. It's already being assumed that the longer wheelbase version will join the fleet here in India right after that, since a large market for such car already exists in the country. The Hyundai Elantra is all set for its India launch in September. Ahead of that big event, some spy pictures of the car have been emerged on the internet. From the pictures, it seems that the Indian version could vary a tad bit compared to the international one. For instance, the ground clearance of new Elantra in India would be a little more compared to its international cousin. This would be done keeping the bad road conditions in the country in mind. When launched, the new Elantra would be made available with a couple of engine options: a 2.0-litre 4-cylinder petrol engine that makes a 149 PS and 1.6-litre 4-cylinder diesel engine that produces 136 PS. Transmission options would include a 6-speed manual, 6-speed automatic and 7-speed dual clutch automatic. Creta has been launched by Hyundai, called Hyundai Creta S Plus Diesel 80. The car has been priced at Rs 13.56 lakhs, making it Rs 1.06 lakhs cheaper than Creta SX Plus Diesel 80. So far, automatic transmission was only available in the high-end SX Plus variant. We can expect an increase in the sales figure of Creta in the coming days. But as usual, cheaper price means less features, and it's no different in this case. Compared to SX Plus variant, the S Plus variant will have less number of features and will miss out on things like projector headlamps, dual-tone grille, push-button start and automatic climate control. It will have a 7-inch touchscreen audio system with 6 speakers, Bluetooth streaming, 1 GB HDD, dual airbags, ABS and fog lamps.
After watching the market for 7 years, Toyota has finally given the green light for launching the Lexus brand in India next year. The company would have done this 3 years back had it not for the 2013 budget, which introduced a big custom duty. Since there is no place for assembling or manufacturing Lexus cars in India, Toyota would have had to take the CBU route for bringing Lexus cars in India and would have to pay a big custom duty for that. Till now, we don't know which Lexus model will be introduced first in the country, but it's already being said that the company would follow a top-down approach and will introduce one of the most luxurious models first. Only time will tell which one it is. Till then, keep following Indian Drives here on YouTube.
A new hybrid version of Mahindra Scorpio has been introduced in the Indian market at Rs 12.84 lakhs, called Intelli Hybrid. This hybrid and mild hybrid system is quite similar to Suzuki's Ace HVS hybrid system and will come with a 2.2-litre M-Hawk diesel engine and with manual transmission only. As we had mentioned earlier, this new hybrid system is quite similar to the Ace HVS system. The Intelli hybrid system also provides electrical assistance while accelerating, brake energy regeneration and start-stop technology. According to Mahindra, this new system increases fuel efficiency of the car by as much as 7%. The Mercedes-AMG SLC 43 has been launched in India starting at Rs 77.5 lakhs. The SLC 43 is basically a facelifted version of SLK Roadster and is the first 43 badged car to be introduced in India by the company. The car is powered by twin turbocharged 3.0-litre V6 that produces a peak power of 367 HP and a peak torque of 520 Nm. Mercedes' new 9-speed automatic transmission has been mated with the engine. The car has 0 to 100 km/h sprint time of 4.7 seconds with a top speed 250 km with a new bumper and revised headlights with LED daytime running lights. Side profile of the car though remains almost unchanged, while the rear gets a new exhaust, new bumper and revised taillights with LED detailing. The existing engine in the Swift will be carried forward to the new one. So even the next generation Swift will be powered by 1.0-litre booster jet petrol engine, while the more powerful Swift Sport will have 1.4-litre engine. Whether or not a hybrid version of the Swift will be introduced is still unknown, as Suzuki has refused to divulge any info regarding that. Design-wise, the new Swift will be vastly different from the existing one, but there will be elements which will be reminiscent to the existing Swift, just to give a sense of continuity. Biggest change will be seen at the front of the car, where a hexagonal grille will be introduced along with large air intakes. Frontal lights will be somewhat similar to the ones we see on the Baleno. On the inside, Porsche-like 3-spoke steering wheel will be introduced for the first time. According to Suzuki, the new Swift will be laden with features. The Logi World Edition has been launched in India by Renault at Rs 9.74 lakhs for the base variant and Rs 10.40 lakhs for the higher variant. The World Edition does not introduce any mechanical changes to the Logi. It still continues to be powered by 1.5-litre K9K diesel engine capable of 85 PS or 110 PS and is paired to a 5-speed or 6-speed manual transmission. Fuel efficiency of 110 PS, Logi stands at 19.98 km per litre. The Logi is the first Renault MPV to be launched in India, but since its launch, it has not been much successful. The World Edition could be seen as Renault making another effort at making the Logi viable for its customers. With the nearing of its debut at the Berlin Auto Show on 1st of September, a set of teaser images of Skoda Kodiaq has been released. The Kodiaq will be Skoda's first 3-row crossover and will be based on previously showcased Skoda Vision S concept. The Kodiaq will come in 5 versions, 3 TSI petrol and 2 TDI diesel engines. According to some German media reports, output of the 3 petrol engines will range between 125 PS to 180 PS. and the two diesel engines will be 150 PS and 190 PS. Transmission choices will include 6-speed manual and DSG dual-clutch automatic. By second half of 2017, the Kodiaq will make its way into the Indian market, but much before, it'll be launched in Europe.